want to talk about really quick, okay? And this is for athletes and coaches, all right? There is a system on our feet, and it's a 2-on-1 system. And I'm not saying it's the only system and it's the best system, but the reason why I like it is because it works, all right? I have seen kids in our program that started using it when they were 5, and they were in the finals this weekend for Staley, and this is all they've done their whole entire life, okay? It's a 2-on-1 system. So, first of all, when we go out and we get hands, one of the things we have to do is circle to our tie. We're not doing that. We might get a 2-on-1, but we're staying right here. Okay? We're staying head to head. As soon as I get a wrist control, I have to move my feet in that direction. And in practice, this guy isn't circling for me. They just stand right there. And they just kind of let me do it. In practice, we need to start having this guy circle more. So that I have to work, climb the rope, and get head position and pull it into me. Okay? We got to get to this spot right here. All right? Right now, we're not even getting to this spot. So our 2-on-1 series is not really happening a lot for us. Okay? We don't know how to hand fight yet. So this is the system. I'm just going to go through it really quick. If I get a 2-on-1 on this side in head position, I can get a snatch single. All right? Snatch single. Okay? If I get a 2-on-1 on this side and I'm going for my snatch and he's circling really, really hard and he posts right here, it opens up my high crotch on this side. Okay? It's one of the best setups there is for a high crotch. So, again, snatch single is my number 1. If I get to this and I get this corner, boom, right here. I'm snatching above the knee. Above the knee. We're not doing that. We're kind of like trying to grab the shoe or something. We're right here, hitting him with our head in his chest. Okay? And then one more time. If I go really hard, a lot of times they post with this hand. That I post here and I go high crotch. Right? So that's the first part of the system. The other part of the system is if I get the other hand. Same thing. First shot I can get is a snatch single. Okay, that's the one move I don't mind teaching kids how to do it on both sides. That's called being ambidextrous, both sides. I don't really like teaching the sweep single both sides because it's a lot harder. But a snatch is really easy. Boom, I go here, I get head position, I snatch. Okay? Now, if he's circling hard, really hard, I can sweep this side. Again, I'm attacking both. I can attack both sides of the body. So that system right there, just what I showed you, those 4 shots. You got a snatch on both sides, and you got a high crotch to the opposite side and a sweep single to the opposite side. Every single person needs to know that. I don't care if you're 5 or 15. You need to at least understand that, okay? Because it works, and it works at a high level. You have 4 options. 4 options. If I can't get this hand, because maybe he's hiding that hand in his pocket, then guess what? I'm going to go after this one. Or vice versa. If I can't get that hand, then I got this hand. I always have an option. I always know I can score if I get a hand. If I get a hand, I'm going to score. Period. Okay? There's a lot of other offense that comes off of this. A lot. But that's the base. That's the base right there. A snatch on both sides. A high crotch on the other. And here's the thing too. That I'm right-handed, so that works for me right-handed. If you're left-handed, I always say you got to be smarter than everybody else because you got to just do everything I show backwards, right? If you're left-handed, I get this arm, and he's circling hard, I sweep to this side. Okay? If I get this arm and he posts, then I head outside here. Okay? Because if I'm left-handed, I'm going left leg shot. We got to understand that. And coaches, when we're drilling, we got to drill them through that process. Okay, with 2-on-1s. 2-on-1 snatch single. 2-on-1 cutback sweep single. Okay, so when we call this out, I call it out like this: 2-on-1 snatch single on your sweep single side. Okay, boom. 2-on-1 snatch on your sweep single side. He posts, high crotch. All right. 2-on-1 on your high singles or your double side, because my double leg side is the same side as my high crotch. Okay, that's the same. It's the only thing that's different is this is a high crotch, a double I just got right here. Okay, my right knee is down. I'm right leg lead. My right knee is knee over toe penetration here. So if I say 2-on-1 on your double side, I'm going here, and I say cut back sweep single. No. So we all got to start speaking the same language, and that offensive system right there, it works. We all got to know it really, really good. Okay? So we're recording this. I'm going to put it on our YouTube page. You can watch it. You can watch that over and over every day if you want. Okay? Your parents should know about it. You should go home and watch it tonight or watch it tomorrow when you're eating breakfast. Okay? Get it in your head. And so that's just one part of it. That's one system of our offense. And it works for big guys and small guys. Okay? It's not like I'm teaching something that heavyweights don't do. Heavyweights don't do that. Oh, that's only for small guys. No. Works all weight classes. Whether you're novice 5 years old or whether you're in the Olympics. Okay? It works. Now, how you get better at it is motion. Stance and motion. And that's kind of some of my next pieces. We're not staying in a stance in our matches. Okay? We're standing up like this. Especially late. So he can shoot on me. So easy. He doesn't have to do anything. All he has to do is level change. When it's late and we're tired, that's when we have to stay in our best stance. Hand on the mat. Right here. Hand on the mat. Okay? So we're kind of short on time, so I'm going to have to cut this short a little bit. I'm going to say one thing, then I'm going to let Coach go over some crossface stuff. But heart. Period. Heart. Wrestling is about heart. More than almost anything. I saw some kids give up wrestling. Okay? I don't expect you to go out and win every match, but I expect you to have heart. And that means you never, ever, ever give up. So if you get put to your back, you do not just lay there and get pinned. We don't do that. Okay? Or if it's the end of the period and you're behind and it's the end of the match, you keep shooting, you keep attacking. That's what we want to see more than anything is heart. Some people have more of it than others, but if you don't have any, you better find it. Because you're not going to be a good wrestler without heart. All right? It's a pride. That word pride. Have some pride. Do not let somebody put you on your back and pin you with you not putting up a fight. Okay, we got to develop some pride. Okay? Coaches, anything else on that? We're going to go over crossface and then we'll get into practice. Anything else on?
Don't be scared to try to work hard on their own. I see people scared to do new things because they're scared they're going to lose the match. And who cares? Right? You're winning Tonka. Would you rather make a mistake and win a Tonka, or when we get to Omaha or State? Have some confidence in yourself and what we work in the room.
So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The whistle blows a lot of times in our matches at Tonka, and you guys are you're not shooting, you're not attacking, you're letting the other person come to them. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Go after, have an offense, all right? Attack, attack, attack. Okay, last thing real quick. Coach, you want to talk about cradles and when not to do them?
Yeah.
Cross faces?
So when we're trying to cradle, we're trying to cradle from here. We're trying to cradle from here. We got to get broke down and flat. It's our number one, right? Obviously, I go for the wrist instantly, which wrist control is another thing. But when we start working this, I drop a leg, crossface, hard, and his coach is flat. So I'm bringing his head to his leg. It's tight, settle in. We have to be able to use the crossface at all times. The coach gets in on a shot, right here, it's the same thing, right? My hips are back, but we're trying to reach over. It's not working. Just hip back pressure and crossface. Same thing, doesn't feel good, does it?
It makes it a lot harder for me to think about keeping his leg right here.
Okay? Use your hand across face, on the ground, or when they get in on a shot.
So, bottom line, rule from now on is, and if they're not flat, if they aren't flat on their belly, don't even think about a cradle. Okay? And then watch Coach what he does with his crossface right here. He's not just going over the arm, he's grabbing it. He's grabbing it and he's pulling it to him. And then he's dragging my head to my knee. Okay? You should never have a cradle without this arm because, watch this. Watch this. He doesn't get the arm. It's free. Like this. Even if you get it locked, go ahead and tip me back. It's way harder because this arm is free. I can elbow you in the face. I can fight a lot harder when this arm is not like this. Okay? So, I'm so sick and tired of seeing kids think they know how to cradle, and they're just getting themselves in trouble. So they got to be flat first, and then we got to work a crossface. We'll work that this week. We'll work some crossface stuff. So those are some rules that you got to live by. Okay? And then there's a whole bunch of stuff we can talk about, but that's it for today. So have some heart. Watch this video about your offensive system so you know in your head what you're going to do when you get out there. And then when you're on top, you got to break them flat first, okay? And we already did our ball and chain series. We did that. That's a video on there. You can watch that. And then we'll start working on our Crossface series because there's a lot we can do there, all right? Let's have a good practice. Ready? 1, 2.